Hope Nation, God bless you, Pastor Bell. It's good to see you. It's been a good day. We've been fasting, we've been praying. We just came off our fast for the day on this transformational Thursday. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to God. God is good and He's worthy to be praised. And I want to challenge you to hang in there as we march during this Lent season, as we fast together, as we prepare to do great things in this ministry, even as we come back very soon to morning worship in person. I'm asking you to pray for this ministry, to fast, and to put God first in your life, and expect a blessing in your life, and expect a blessing in this ministry. Today I've been reflecting, I've been thinking, and a lot of thoughts have been coming to mind. One thought was having a clear mind. Another thought was play. Another thought was just being balanced. And I think on this Transformational Thursday, I want to challenge you on that. I want you just to chill. That's what I heard in the atmosphere today. Just chill. Relax. No stress. No worry. Don't put pressure on yourself. But live life and be thankful that you're alive. Today was a good day. I was in the office, out the office. Had my little shirt on today, kind of relaxed. The weather was decent today. And I had to go by the school. And I went by one of the public schools and I saw the kids in the playground. And I began to reflect about what does it mean to have a good time? What does it mean to laugh? What does it mean to enjoy the grace and the presence of God during this season of our life? Through the pandemic, through the winter, all that's going on internationally, we got to be in prayer. But I just believe this is a time to relax and chill and hear from God. And when I saw those kids playing, what I saw to some extent was, for them maybe, there was no care in the world. And I know all of us have cares. All of us have concerns. All of us face situations where we have to make decisions. But I think the challenge that I got today as I was fasting and saw those kids was, don't let nothing stress you out. Walk in peace. Walk in confidence. Walk in victory. And live a thankful life. And living a thankful life is living a life being pleasant, knowing that you're blessed, accepting the challenges, and walking into new opportunity. So have a clear mind and be thankful and play. Play for a lot of people means a lot. I think Jesus took time to just relax. I think He took time to go and just reflect and pray. But I'm challenging you to pray and play. The weather started to break. And it's time to start getting back out again. Getting in your yard, out in your yard. Starting to exercise. Starting to walk again. Get back in your athletic schedule. Your athletic ritual again. I know during Thanksgiving and Christmas, I gained some pounds. I kind of injured my leg a little bit because I had a little fall. So I'm doing some PT now, I'm doing some physical therapy. But today I was back in the gym and I felt good. I felt good with play. I felt good with relaxation. And I felt good with having a clear mind. I want you to imagine kids on the playground having a good time and not having a care in the world. And I want you to start living life starting today with a level of joy, with a level of being thankful and walking in victory. You know, we can spend our entire day worrying, being frustrated, letting death bother us, letting sickness bother us, letting the job bother us, letting our marriage bother us, our children. Those are all things we have to pray about and surrender over to the God of our understanding, who is Jesus Christ. But then when we surrender it, we got to let go and find yourself a good chess game. Find yourself a good card game. Find yourself some good jazz music. Find yourself some good gospel. Find yourself a good place in your garden where you can just do something. Find yourself time to exercise. Find yourself a good comic book, a great book, a cup of coffee, some tea. Find yourself a good women's fellowship. Find yourself a good men's gathering. Find yourself a time to play and relax and let go of the cares. One of my favorite verses in that First John, it says, cast your cares upon him, for he careth for you. And I think it's so important that we cast our cares and walk in newness and walk in play and walk in laughter. I began to examine myself as I watched those kids on the playground. I began to examine myself over and over and over. How much time do I spend in play? How much time do I spend just having fun? How much time do I spend reading something that's not always serious, but something that will relax my spirit? Something that will give me some laughter, something that will calm my equilibrium. I'd be the first to admit, and I want you to post me on that. Sometimes I can be very serious. It's all about getting the job done. It's all about hard work. It's all about being serious. It's all about this level of commitment. And I think all those things a Christian must possess, but also a child of God on this Transformational Thursday must think about what it means to have balance. So I plead with you, I challenge you, I ask you to walk in balance, to walk in peace, to walk in laughter, and to walk in play. I began to ask myself, a second thought came to mind was, well, how do I play? I've been serious so long. Make the investment. Make the investment. Post me that. Make the investment that you can play. Make the investment that you can laugh. Make the investment that you can relax. And I'm not just saying fly to Jamaica, fly to St. Thomas, go to the Bahamas. I know you've been boxing. Everybody want to go over and please be careful because everybody's going to be traveling soon. Everybody. But you can find play right where you are. You can find play right in your neighborhood. You can find play right in the 100-mile radius of DC and Richmond. You can find things to do right here that won't cost you a lot, but will give your spirit so much peace. Every time I turn around, I'm hearing about people dying. They're taking their life. They're losing it. Alcoholism and mental health is high. People are stressed. And now as we start walking out this pandemic, because the numbers now are decreasing and people are coming out, and the CDC regulations are starting to be somewhat lessened. What do I do now that I haven't done in 2 years that can give me joy, give me peace and relaxation? The reason why I think I'm being challenged and I'm challenging you is because just think for the last 2 years we've been on guard. Wear a mask. Don't get close to people. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. We're always on edge. Maybe I got COVID. Maybe I don't have COVID. We're always stressed out. We're on edge. And yes, people who have been affected by this terrible disease. I know people who've been affected by this terrible illness and disease and even have died from it. And life has been stressful because we've been on guard and we couldn't be our relational selves. Remember that now. We were created to be relational. We were created to have balance. We were created for play. So when I saw those kids playing and laughing and jumping around, it made me think about, why was I created? Yes, to be productive. Yes, to till the garden. But yes, to enjoy the life that my Creator has given me. So as the guidelines are being lessened and being more loose now, and you're being still cautious, but you've got to take time now to get some normalcy back in your life. You got to take some time now to play. I'm not saying don't walk around and be cautious, but I am saying don't walk around and be stressed. And don't walk around and be overly cautious. God has kept you. God has kept his hand on you. And now it's time for you to start walking in the newness of this new season we're in. COVID is not going nowhere. It's going to be here. And on this Transformation Thursday, I'm asking you that even though it's going to be in our midst, like the measles, like the mumps, like the flu, anything else, we have to learn how to navigate around it. We have to learn how to take our shots. We have to learn how to be cautious, but also relaxed in living out our lives. Starting today, I'm going to spend more time in play. Starting today, I'm going to spend more time having more balance in my life. Starting today, I'm going back to the gym. The first day of the fast, I went on back today. Got back on the boxing bag, got back in there with my boxing coach, got back with the martial arts piece, and I felt so much better. Got some sit-ups in, got some push-ups in. I felt good. Well, Pastor, I have an illness. Well, Pastor, I have some physical problems. I can't really relax well. If your body can't relax, relax your mind. Relax your mind. Have play up here. Do some things with your mind that will give your mind a level of peace, a level of relaxation, a level of serenity. This is not a Bible study. This is just a thought, but I must say this. Jesus knew how to relax. Jesus knew how to take time and just be who he was. If I was made from the dust of the earth and a woman was made from the rib of man, we were made from the innocence of God's perspective. Even though we were born in the world of sin, many of us, yes, after Adam, still there's an innocence about us just to live and be happy. Some think it's impossible, but I don't. I think most Christians are stressed. Most Christians are too serious. Most Christians don't take time to play. We have to be religious. We have to be super spiritual. And I want to challenge you, as your pastor, let your collar down. Let your hair down. Realize the fact that God made you who you are. Know when to play, know when not to play. Know when to joke, when not to joke. But have a calm and relaxed spirit that God will get the glory and you will get the growth. Also, when I saw those kids playing, I noticed something. Black, white, male, female, they were getting along. Those factors I mentioned, gender, skin color, and race, they didn't recognize that. They were just having fun. I think we have to start leading the way as Christians and just loving people. A while back, I challenged you about your Frank list. And friends and relatives and neighbors, and co-workers. I want to challenge you now to start truly implementing that as we start getting out. And just start loving people for who they are. Even if they don't know Jesus Christ, just love them. You weren't called just to love Christians, but you were called to love everybody. You might not always agree with someone's lifestyle. You might not always agree with how they think. But you've got to love anyway. Interesting, I just came off the election trail, as you know. I lost the election. I lost by 77 votes, that close. The last time I ran, there was 300 votes. This time I ran, there was 77. So, wow, look how close I got. But in that type of context, people can be vicious. People can be mean. People sometimes don't want to shake your hand because of your gender, because of your race, even because of the way you might think or your ideology. But I believe that God calls us as Christians to be in every context there is. The mountain of entertainment, God has called us to get involved in. The mountain of education, God has called us to be teachers and principals and aides and administrators in the teaching educational process. In the context of church life, God has called us to be there. And in the context of public service, civic engagement, God has called us to be there. And so even though I got involved, I never stopped being a child of God. So irregardless if someone didn't want to shake my hand, if someone didn't want to speak to me, whatever it might was, or the situation might dictate, I kept my personality. I kept my persona. I love people in spite of. And I want to challenge you that as you go about now moving forward, love people in spite of. People are on edge right now, politically, internationally. I was listening to the news the other day and they were just talking about road rage and how people are just being so nasty. You've got to keep your cool and you have to have a level of love for everyone. Don't let someone take you out of your character. You remain who you are on this transformational Thursday. I want to say to you to play. I want to say to you, have balance in your life. I want to say to you, take time with yourself. Throw the stress on God and you walk in peace. And I want to challenge you to rise above the racism and the sexism and love everybody. And at the end of the day, when you lay your head down, you can say, God, I gave it my best for you. Thank you. I'm praying for you. We'll see you on Sunday, then we'll see you on Tuesday. And next Thursday, we have a guest for you that'll be doing Transformational Thursday. That God will get the glory and you will get the growth. Continue to walk by faith and not by sight. I love you. Take care.